Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to do a continuation of the video from last week. I did some pendants using charms and then chrome powder inlays, and it looked really cool. So I thought to myself, what would it look like if I made my own inlays instead of using the charms? So what I have here is I have this little paw print that I made. Really super cute. I made this out of UV resin. And then I have a couple pieces of epoxy resin where I made some little pendants using the chrome powder. And I'm still trying to get my voice back from being sick, so excuse me if I'm coughing a lot. So what I was thinking was I would put the smaller ones in some bigger pendants and kind of like they're floating. Now this pendant, you know, if I was to put it here, there's not much room around it, so you really wouldn't get to see it that much. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in one of these. The UV resin I'm going to use to start with is going to be the high gloss UV resin, and then from there I will probably use what little left of the 4-hour Tea Expert resin that I have. I'm almost through with it, thank God. Excuse me. So let's get started. And one thing I noticed in my video last week was I did not put enough UV resin in here. So when I put the charms in and then coated the back with the chrome powder, you could see where the resin stopped and the chrome powder started. So I'm going to make sure I do this, put more UV resin in. And I do not have a lot of this high gloss resin left, so I will probably switch over to J. Diction high viscosity UV resin, because that's all I got. So let's fill this up and we'll get bubbles out of it. I'm just wiping everything out here. Paper towel here. I'm just like, everywhere I move I've got so much stuff on my table, I'm knocking everything over. Okay, so let's see if we can get this in here, and hopefully no bubbles. this is just about empty, so I think I'm gonna switch resins here. I thought this cavity was a little deeper than this. Okay. Make sure there's no bubbles. Right there. Gosh darn it. Piece of cat fur. The boys have been up here on my table again, and they're not supposed to be. Try and put some over this. Okay, now, where should we put our little paw prints? I can try one there. And maybe we'll try the other in a square. Yeah, that'll work. We'll try those. Maybe I should put the paw print in a bigger one. Yeah, I think I will. Now for the paw print, I'm putting some UV resin on here already, or ahead of time I should say, because I want to avoid bubbles getting trapped underneath it, like in the other piece I did. Now let's see if I can get that in there without getting resin all over me. Move it around a little bit. One thing I wasn't anticipating is, like, I don't know if you can see this one where it's kind of floating up. if I can pop some of these because they're not coming out with my dotting tool. What is that? Another piece of fur. Naughty little boys. Aha, I think I finally got it. Gosh, I'm just making a mess with this. Alright, I think I got it. Now let's just pop some of these bubbles. I think I need some more resin in my square paw print. Add just a little bit more. Okay. Alright, so I'm just going to UV this real quick. I'm not even going to do it for the full minute, to be honest. Not quite done enough yet. Okay. So now I think I'm going to do gold behind the hearts between these two, and then silver for the paw prints. done all of it. Yeah. Let's give it another quick shot. I'm leaving brush marks, so that's probably going to be wrecked. But that's how we learn. Turn this a little bit. Yeah, that's gooey. You know, it's just not my day, is it? You know, you want it a little tacky, but not so that it leaves swirl marks. Okay, try this again here. Yeah, now it's going on much better. Okay. Okay, now we'll do the silver on the other two. Look at this, I can't even get the lid on. It's just been a really long day today. Okay, now that I got the chrome powder on, give me a few minutes. I am going to mix up just a little bit of resin, and then we will put the backing on this. Actually, I think while I'm mixing up the resin, I'm going to flip this over and UV it. So just give me a few minutes, okay? I'll be right back. Okay, so I have my resin mixed up, and I'm going to use HTV Ront black pigment paste. And we're just going to squirt a little bit in here. And I only did 15 milliliters of resin. And that's probably too much. But we'll see. I'm going to clean that stick off. And then we will start pouring. I don't want to overfill these, so I'm trying to be very careful. Okay, so we're going to let this sit overnight, and then we'll demold it in the morning and see how it looks. So hang tight. Okay, it is the next day, so let's check out what we have. I had a little bit of resin left over, so I made some extras. And these are just plain little inlays maybe for the next time I do this. Oh, that's really pretty. That's with the chrome powder. And that's with the gold chrome powder. Let's see how the heart looks. Ooh, that's pretty. Looks like the gold kind of overshadowed. But now let's look at these. That made kind of a cool pattern on the back. Oh, look at that. Isn't that pretty? I really like that. That turned out good. Let's try this one. Oh, look at that. That is cool. This one had a little bit of sticky stuff come out, resin. But look at that. That is cool. Yeah, on this one I think the heart should have been down a little more, but it's also off center, but it looks cool. I really like the way these turned out. I wasn't sure how well they would turn out, but they look really nice to me. I like it. So that's all I have for today. Stay tuned and I'll have some up-close pictures. We'll see you again soon. Bye.